Hello all, good evening. Let's take a look at our scripts for this week, tomorrow. So, currently let's take a look at the US market. So, looks like the US markets have rebounded and they are in green. And still, however, GX Nifty is still trading 65 points lower. So, we'll have to again see how much US futures will trade when our markets open tomorrow, and also GX Nifty where it is trading. So, today, gap down was indicated by SGX 50 while it was trading low when our market was opening. And we also were looking at the possibilities of gap down from yesterday. The reason being, market trading in this particular trend line. So this is the trend line which you might have seen yesterday. So this is where we were getting to yesterday, right? Exactly, it was struggling here yesterday and it started crumbling down today, so that's fine. So we'll start from Banknifty. So Banknifty, as indicated, this is the hourly channel, and we are still within the weekly channel. This is the weekly channel in here, and the hourly channel is here. Okay, so Banknifty is still starting to go above this, and maybe it can come down till here before it rebounds. So 35,100 or the 160 is possible in Banknifty. So before that, if we may have so we can clearly see why it rebounded from 35,800 level. So because it is in the hourly Fibo level, this is the last support. And also, if you take a look at the weekly or monthly for Banknifty. So this is, let's take a look at the weekly here. So weekly here we can see that 35,960 is a major support, last support in weekly for Banknifty. If it breaks this, then Banknifty will have to go for the retracement of this one. And again 35,477 is a major support. So there are two things: monthly support 35,477 and weekly support 35,960. So on weekly basis, if we are below 35,960, that is tomorrow, or monthly basis if we are below 35,400, then Banknifty definitely will go to 34,700. So with the volatility in the market, we will not get a chance. So we will have to predict that. Okay. So currently the struggle is to sustain Banknifty above 35,477 or 35,900 level. Okay. So either this level or this level. So this is on a weekly closing basis. The other one is on a monthly closing basis. So this could be quite confusing. So, okay, let's take a look at the possibilities for tomorrow. So tomorrow, if Banknifty is going to take a bounce, right? So if there is a gap up, so what should we do for tomorrow? And what should I do if it is a gap up? So these are the questions what we have. Or if it is going to trade flat, what I am going to do? Okay. So with expiry in mind. Okay. So if you can see here, for Banknifty, if it gaps up, right? So here it is still trading within this Fibo level only, from yesterday high to today low. So this is again nothing but the daily Fibo level also, and it is also the hourly Fibo level. So Banknifty may go till 36,180 or maximum 36,270. So this will be restricted by the cause of the 200 moving average in 5 minutes. If you can see here, the 200 moving average in 5 minutes is already 10, 100 and 200 are negative. So Banknifty may not go beyond 36,200 in any scenario. And even if it goes beyond 36,200, maximum it can go till 36,300. That's the maximum point it can go, and from there it will again get a bump down. And if this 5 minutes 100, 200 gets corrected, then Banknifty can go further up. So this is the scenario for gap up. So if Banknifty gap ups 36,200 or 36,278, then you can expect a sell from there. If Banknifty gaps down and if it goes below today's low, right? If it goes only below today's low, then we will see 35,400 being broken, and below 35,400 we already saw 34,700 is the next support. So you can note down these levels. So if Banknifty breaks today's low, then we will have 35,477, 35,500, and then below that we will have 34,700 as the next support for Banknifty. and Bank Nifty is likely to come for a sell tomorrow if it gaps up 36,170 or 36,300. So for sellers, I would say 36,300 will be your greater stop loss. But for buyers, I don't recommend anything now, because even the intraday level it is bearish. So if it gaps up somewhere in between, then you can get a target for 36,180 or 36,283 if it falls in between these lines. So this is a very small target, like you have just 100 points between these resistances, and if we cannot even see if it is going to sustain or not, depending upon the volatility. So at least you need a closure in 5 minutes candle above these levels, so that you can pursue the trade on the buy side and you can pick some points till this resistance. So I won't recommend any long position or anything for now. So that's my view in Bank Nifty. So gap up we covered, look for a sell from these points. Gap down, if this level is broken, then you can look for another 300 points, 35,500 or 35,470, and below that also we will get 34,700. That's the possibility for Bank Nifty. And you also need to keep in mind about this trend line for Bank Nifty. This trend line will not give up so easily. So 36,350 will have again a major sell-off for Bank Nifty. So Nifty again, coming to Nifty, so we can see here that Nifty again it borrows from the last support. Again, this is the last support in daily as well as hourly. So what we can expect for Nifty tomorrow? So Nifty again we will have this 17,150 or 100 level as a major resistance for now. And how much far it can go above today's high is just these points for the buyers. So 17,096, 17,125, 17,170. But 17,130 will be a major hurdle. The reason being 5 minutes is going to be negative, still positive. So we'll have to see if it sustains. And hourly, if we can see that the trend is becoming negative for Bank Nifty. So we may have a huge sell-off from Nifty. So you may have a huge sell-off from any of these points for Nifty. Okay. So unless this channel is broken or market sustains above 17,355 or 400, there is no hope for positional buyers in Nifty. And if you take a look at the 15 minutes also, both the moving averages are trending down. 100 and 200 moving averages, the maroon line, the black line is trending down, so which is not a good sign. So in 5 minutes again they are almost trying to converge, and the price is below this, so this is also not a good sign. So Nifty again, if it gaps up, you look for a sell from any of these points, depending upon the convergence between the 100 and 200 moving averages in 5 minutes. If it gaps down, 17,880 is the support. Okay. So again, this channel could likely act as a support. So 16,800 or something like that can be as a support in this particular channel. And below this particular channel, we may have a huge fall, like 16,300 or something like that. So how do we arrive at? Go to the higher time frame. So we are likely to fall. You can see here this 16,900 is a major support. Below that we will have 16,600 and 16,243. So these are the targets if today's low is broken or the weekly low is broken in a worst case scenario. Okay, but be prepared for selling only because it's brighter. The market is looking brighter for sellers only for now. And TCS, as we can see, it is again bounced back from this 3516, and then it has a support for 3490. These are some small support for TCS. So TCS again, it has a lot of hurdle on the upside. So TCS has a hurdle of 3576, 3595, every 20 points, 30 points it has a hurdle. And daily is still positive, 100 200. But TCS hourly has converted into negative. And 15 minutes is also trending downwards, and it is likely to converge, and 5 minutes also negative, hugely negative. So TCS must come down from here and then only it can go up to make 5 minutes positive. But even in that case, TCS cannot go beyond that is 3,600. So 3,600, and unless and otherwise TCS is going to clear this level 3,650, you are not going to get a major buy. So if we get a positive closure in TCS above 3,650, then TCS can go much for a higher targets. So the higher targets will be, you have to look at the weekly trends, and above 3,650 you can look at 3,690 and 3,750 or something like that. So this is how TCS is currently placed. So we can have some 20 points or 40 points maybe. So 3,600 will be a key level for TCS. Likewise 3,400 is a key level for TCS. So and then HUL is kind of struggling between 2,125 and 2,200 on a broader scale. However, it tested 2,050 and things like that. It is still trying to get below, above. It's still looking bullish really. So we can see that hourly is still bullish and 100 200 moving average, and it has bounced from the hourly 200 moving average, and 15 minutes is slightly negative, but price is still trying to break the 15 minutes moving average and convert it to positive, and 5 minutes is still positive for HUL, which is intraday. So short term it's kind of mixed. So we'll have to see where it sustains and how it goes. Okay. So HUL on the upside we'll have a resistance at 2170, and if it comes down, then HUL will have a resistance. Even the current level itself is a resistance here. So you can clearly see that it is struggling above 2145. So we have to be careful with HUL. And however, HUL has a support, intraday support, at all these levels. So these are all the intraday support levels for HUL. So only below 2115 one has to worry about HUL, and it may again go and test 2090 or even go below 2050. But this process of making hourly 100 200 negative will take long time. Okay. So I think maybe HUL will wait for its result and then take an action accordingly. So we'll have to see, wait and watch on a daily basis. So tomorrow, if you ask me for HUL, I'm expecting some upside. So 2165 possibly is a target. 2165 to 2180 will be a possible target for HUL. And if everything converts successfully, I'm still expecting 2240, 2225, 2240, or even 2350 in the short term. If the results are good and price action is going to favor, and all the other signals, whatever I'm monitoring. There are a number of things which I will say. So let's adhere to the short term, for forecast, and we will see how much it goes for tomorrow. Okay. And BajFinance, as you know, it's a profit booking only, I would say. The results were good from my view. So I'm not a fundamental analyst, but I'm just a technical person. I look very basic perspective of fundamental analysis. So BajFinance, it has closed below 6,750. So the next target could be 6,550 or 6,550, which will be a major support for BajFinance. And BajFinance, again, similar to the Nifty and Banknifty, it is trying to go within this particular trend line. So we may have a bottom somewhere around 6,400 or 6,500 for BajFinance, and if it goes up, then you have a all-time high again, likely if this channel breaks. So only above this channel, lifetime high is possible. Okay, so for again for tomorrow, BajFinance can be highly volatile because it can have a retracement on this entire fall today from the highs, previous high. So what is the previous high? 7,250, and actually I was it was a drag for us because it closed above the 7,250 little bit, but it was a weak closure. So I was expecting maybe the results were good, it could gap up or something like that. However, the US markets were down and there was a lot of profit booking, and BajFinance came down. So So tomorrow being expiry, we may have a reverse reaction, and the Bajaj Finance can get into buying, and there will be some short covering also, and we see some of that. So just need to keep an eye on that. Okay, but definitely this is not a level 2 short for Bajaj Finance. So Bajaj Finance, how much far it can go tomorrow? 6,830 to 6,900 is possible in Bajaj Finance. So from these levels you can again look for a sell, and Bajaj Finance 5 minutes is already negative, and 15 minutes is also already negative. So just we need to take a look at the hourly part. Okay, so this hourly part we'll have to take a look, and it may go till 6,915 or 6,830 tomorrow, depending upon the global markets, US market, SGX, Nifty, whatever things that I have said earlier. So we should be able to correlate what our analysis for the index and also for the particular stocks, especially stocks like Bajaj Finance, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank or TCS. These are all like, they travel almost along with the Nifty. So Bajaj Finance especially is a precursor. I would say it's a people, whatever the indexes are going to do, Bajaj Finance will do it first. If indexes are going to have a bull run, Bajaj Finance will be the first to run. So like that. So we should try to correlate certain things, but we should not blindly follow anything. So apply reasoning and apply price action, apply signals, and follow the signals, because signals are the best way to follow any trend. Okay, and when you apply signals with these levels or with these views, you will get extraordinary results in trading. And HDFC Bank, as we know, it is struggling to whether it will close below 1350 or not on a monthly basis, because it's a crucial monthly support. Below this, HDFC Bank will come to 1265 or 1155, but 1265 will be a major support for HDFC Bank. It is the weekly 200 moving average for HDFC Bank also. So it will bounce from there. It will have a huge bounce from there. It cannot sustain because the gap is still too high, 1400 and 1255. It will not sustain below the 200 moving average with this gap. So even if it goes up below, it will come up. So HDFC Bank is in a huge buy spot. But however, the trend is very weak. So if it breaks below this, it's going to go for that. If it goes below 1335, right? 1330 or 35, it's going to likely to go for 1250. So if you take a look at the ICICI Bank, it has come to the bottom of this hourly channel, and also it is struggling below 737. So ICICI may come to 727 and may have a bounce back, and until otherwise it clears 715 and below this hourly channel, we are not going to see any major fall in ICICI Bank. So of course there will be some correction, and if this 716 or 710 blows out, then ICICI Bank is likely to come till 690 or so. So 690 will act as a huge support for ICICI Bank. So ICICI Bank has given very good results. So keep that in mind, and 690 will be the good level for ICICI Bank to again enter by. Okay, 690 or 710. So you have to just keep an eye on Nifty and Banknifty also. Banknifty near 32,000 is possible, and Nifty near 15,900 to 16,000 is possible. So that will be the major buy zone to enter for this year. I hope that level holds. If that level doesn't hold, then we will be in a big bearish year, which I don't expect again for now technically. So let's see. Okay, so thank you all. Please post your comments if you have any confusions, or if you want me to improve any content in the video, or if you have any suggestions, let me know. Thank you all. Bye.